It is in the toilet. I mean it. This image of digital toilet paper is worth about $2,000. That's the bidding price for NFTs made by Charmin, jumping on the craze for charity as digital content rakes in staggering sums of money. $200,000 for a LeBron James clip, $600,000 for a famous GIF, millions for Jack Dorsey's first tweet. But what are NFTs, or non-fungible tokens? Well, essentially, they're a means of verifying a digital artwork by blockchain, the ledger system for cryptocurrencies. Fungible goods are things where one unit is identical to the next, so think gold, dollars, oil, or Bitcoin. A Bitcoin. Non-fungible means it's unique and it can't be replaced, like a one-of-a-kind trading card or a physical work of art, such as an oil painting that can only be in one place and has a definitive owner. It's true, a digital image can be duplicated, but by connecting it to the blockchain, the image has proof of origin and ownership and can be sold or traded. And our next guest, the artist Beeple, sold this piece for nearly $70 million. But critics are already warning the market will be flooded with NFTs, blowing its allure. Well, Beeple joins us now. He's otherwise known as Mike Winkelmann. Mike, Beeple, great to have you on the show. Thank you for joining us. Other than a monster tax liability, how has life changed in the last week?
Well, it hasn't changed that much yet, but it's definitely, I think, still sort of sinking in. I mean, obviously, this entire thing is just so crazy. Just because this whole NFT market, I've been creating digital art for the last, 20 years, but there was never really a true way to collect it. And so with NFTs, now there is. And so, to be quite honest, this is not something I saw coming. And so, it's just been overwhelming for sure.
We played the clip of when you won, and you said words that I can't repeat on television. Did you ever think that your art would be worth this much? And is there some part of you that looks at this and goes, this is insane?
No, every part of me looks at this and says, this is insane. Yeah, not in any sort of way did I think. To be honest, so the piece that sold is a piece that I've been working on for the last 13 years. I've been doing a picture every day for the last 13 years. And I always thought there'd be some attention paid to it. I did not think it would be this quick, and I did not think it would be this much.
I mean, where do you get your inspiration from? When I look at some of the pictures that you do, your art's quite counterculture. I mean, you highlight the brands, the themes, the iconography, I think, that dominates a lot of our existence, and you poke fun at it. You see the climate fighting back against some of the damage that we're doing. It's kind of a similar way to how, I guess, Banksy operates. Is he an inspiration for you?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I'm inspired by a lot of artists. Banksy is definitely super cool, and the things that he's doing are super awesome. But I think there's so much inspiration that I draw from sort of current events and honestly, the news. I watch a ton of the news. I actually watch a ton of CNN, to be quite honest. I think it's so pervasive and it's so sort of dominating that, to me, it's very interesting to sort of take these tools, these advanced digital tools, and sort of, I almost look at it like a political cartoonist, except instead of doing a sketch, I'm doing a, advanced 3D render each day as a way to sort of comment and sort of just participate in what's happening in current events.
What is it about NFTs, though? Because you said, and you openly said, that you've only got involved in the last 3 months, this idea of actually being able to own and prove that you own digital art. There are critics already stepping in and saying, but look, it can still be replicated. The ownership doesn't actually mean enough. And there's so much tokenization going on. I mean, I mentioned we're seeing a toilet roll tokenized. Admittedly, it's for charity, but I wonder whether, one, there's a flood of NFTs now, and in some way the art's being devalued. To your point, 13 years of work.
Yeah, I don't think the art's being devalued. I think you're actually in some cases, placing too much value on the work. I think we're in some level of a bubble when you have, toilet paper NFT selling for $2,000 like that. Seems like, a bit ridiculous. I think NFTs as a technology are super exciting and a lot of people are comparing it to the early days of the internet. And with the early days of the internet, you had a lot of hype and you had a lot of speculation, and then there was a bubble, and the bubble burst. but it didn't wipe out the internet. People kept using the internet. And that's what I think is going to happen with NFTs. There's going to be a huge rush of people into this, and they're going to, let's NFT everything. Okay, here's chapstick. Let's NFT it. Like, you're already seeing that now. But I think, you know, people are going to pretty quickly get wise to that, and all that stuff is going to fade away. And the things that really sort of connect with people on like an emotional level or have a lot of like utility, those are the things that are going to stick around. Because again, this concept of just ownership, of proving ownership, that's actually really, really simple and kind of basic. And it's basic enough that I think it's going to be used for many, many different things outside of, you know, digital art and the things you're seeing now. I think it's going to be like, you buy a car, you get an NFT to prove you own the car. You buy your house, you get an NFT to prove that. A diploma, it's going to be attached to a bunch of different things.
Yeah, it's the blockchain being able to encapsulate the data more than anything, perhaps. But did people just call NFTs a bubble? I think you did.
100%. I don't know where we are in the bubble, but it's something where you're seeing, again, the Charmin thing is sort of a perfect example. It's sort of like, these are things that are just kind of, there are certain things out there, and people need to be careful about what they're buying, because not everything is going to hold value long term. So people, again, I think very much long term, NFTs are not going anywhere, but people need to be careful right now because there is a lot of hype.
Are you the big winner of this bubble?
It appears I might be the big winner. It appears I might be the big winner. And that's the thing where it's like, you know, at first I was very worried about this bubble. And then it's like, wait a second, I've been doing this for 13 years. I've been doing, you know, digital art for a very long time, and I'm going to keep doing it. So I personally believe the work that I'm doing will sort of withstand this bubble and withstand the test of time. But it is, you know, something that people need to be careful when they're sort of, you know, investing in this stuff. Yeah,
and I've run out of time, but I know your next project is trying to tackle some of the energy intensity in crypto, and a charity project too. So I'll tweet that out to support you. But great to get your insights as well. And thank you for being so honest, Mike Winkman.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for taking the time to talk.
Congratulations.